the history of marijuana.
Smoking marijuana was not largely introduced to North America until the early 1900s, as Mexican immigrants poured over the border in search for work. These workers used the plant as a way to relax from their 12-plus hour workdays. Locals in Texas saw these migrant workers as lower class. As a way to control the workers and remind them of their class status, Texas passed the El Paso Ordinance of 1914, which banned the use and possession of marijuana. The first federal attempt to stop marijuana smoking and possession came in the form of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, led by Harry Anslinger. During Anslinger's reign as the first drug czar, he supported and funded many propaganda campaigns, including films that clearly stated the effects of marijuana being insanity, a propensity to commit crime, and even murder. While we know these things aren't true today, the inundation of federal propaganda scared senators, representatives, and the American people alike. In 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act was passed with little resistance, largely due to public fear that transitioned itself into a rabid demand by the people to criminalize marijuana in all 48 states. Anslinger also subjected the public to the original gateway drug theory in the early 50s by linking heroin use and the addiction to marijuana use. He also fabricated a connection between Red China and drug use, saying that the communists were increasing opium trade in order to enslave the American public. This translated into irrational drug policies nationwide and the installation of the Boggs Act in 1951. The Boggs Act enacted stiffer penalties for possession of narcotics and also marked the beginning of mandatory minimum sentencing. But Anslinger didn't stop there. The Narcotic Control Act of 1956, which further raised the penalties for drug use and possessions, passed, giving Anslinger the influence to convince the world that marijuana and all other narcotics were evil and needed to be outlawed when he called together the United Nations in 1961 for the Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs. Here, Anslinger testified and assured the UN that a mainline consolidation and realignment of all drug policies would deter and discourage drug trafficking, sale, and use. Anslinger used the fear of the spread of communism, intermingled with drug trafficking fears, to equate marijuana with heroin once again, making the drug very illegal in all the UN countries.